Have you ever found yourself suddenly living next to a seagull? This week on Nearby Dublin, we look at these protected birds and a new, growing movement calling themselves People Against Seagulls. Dive bombing, the act of a seagull swooping in and attacking, usually a human with food, has become a well-known term in Irish communities, with a recent study showing that seagulls in fact prefer food that's being enjoyed by a human. People across the country are learning to look to the skies before opening their snacks. As part of our Ear to the Community programme, we're here in the Dublin 1 area, where we're meeting with Heather Nestor, an advocate for the People Against Seagulls movement. Heather has been a leading voice in the campaign after experiencing dive bombing several times while out walking.
Come on in. The old safety step, if you don't mind. No, you're flying. Come on, you're welcome. This is where all the work happens. As you can see, I've been doing a lot of research on this. You see now, they tend to go towards ice creams as well. So again, we're looking at the Monkstown, Dunleary area. They'll have a hard time being satisfied with an ice cream there. Teddy's charged me for a 99. It was just a cone. It was just a cone. There was no 99. This is an example of Clontarf claw, whereby a woman was clawed. Multiple sightings of this bird. Was there anything done about it? No. So, I mean, as you can see, it's all very much connected. It's not just some sort of haphazard occurrence. It's premeditated. It was about two years ago. It's hard to remember the exact dates. It's what severe trauma does for you, apparently. I suppose it wasn't until I started getting into some really in-depth research on Facebook that I realised that far from it, I was not alone. That this was happening everywhere, but nobody seemed to be doing anything about it. Have you tried eating indoors? Oh, that's really smart, isn't it? Very smart. But you tell that to Hetty McGailey, 88 years of age. She thought she was safe enough to eat a biscuit in the sunshine. Nuh-uh. No, Grandma, not this time. Those seagulls came along and whipped the ginger nut biscuit out of her mouth along with her dentures. Now, I think she was dicing with death eating a ginger nut with dentures in the first place, but I'm not here to judge the woman, I'm here to judge them! And then there was the other case of, poor old Derek O'Brien. He was another elderly man, still being targeted. He had a nest full of seagull eggs that fell from his roof down into his porch area. They shredded his umbrella. They shat on his welcome mat. I mean, is that sending a message? He had to drive his car out of his garage to actually leave his house. Now, we're talking about a man who was severely visually impaired by this stage. It was dangerous for him to be driving. So it causes all sorts of knock-on effects that you'd never think about. And it went on for 9 weeks. How was that right? It became very clear to me that something had to be done. And what also became very apparent indeed was that Muggins here was going to have to do it. So what happened was, I was in the park, going for a little walk, minding my own business. Oh God. I think of myself then like I was a different person. If I could just grab my naive little shoulders and say, don't go for that walk, you don't bloody need it. Hit the gym. Anyway, walking along, when I felt this unmerciful wallop at the back of my head, and I turned around, there was nothing there. So I thought to myself, have I imagined it? Smoking a little bit of the wacky Becky. Anyway, I walked on. And then this time, another wallop. This time to the left-hand side of the head. Knocked my hat off. My hair got yanked quite roughly. And my pastry fell on the wet ground. Wet ground! That was €3 down the Swanee. So I looked up and there was a seagull staring at me. It was hovering around my head like it was going to f***ing abduct me. Excuse my language. Like it was going to abduct me or something. You know, I became scared. I stumbled forward. I stood back up, gained my composure. I stood back a little and I said, go on, take the pastry. You look like you wanted to take it. I don't want it now. So he takes it, waddles over. A second one, waddling over, takes the pastry, flies off with it. I was outnumbered. I was outmaneuvered. I was goddamn outsmarted by a bloody pair of seagulls.
Heather is taking us to the house of Tim Thompson, who believes he's being targeted by a group of seagulls. Tim joined PAS several months ago, but has missed all of the meetings due to the agoraphobia that he has developed.
Well, the first couple of times I thought it was just a coincidence. Thought they could smell my lunchbox or something. But anyway, I always went the same way to work. And they were always waiting for me. Going the long way would have added 20 minutes onto my journey. 20 minutes. So, anyway, this one day I was going and there was this big group of them. At least 3 or 4. And they were shitting and vomiting all over me and they went psycho on me. I can't take it. I'm off work on sick leave now.
Something needs to be done. What the? Tim? I think I'm in the house.
I'm leaving.
Tim, no! Don't do anything crazy like that. You just stay with me. I'm gonna check. Me bread. Oh, give me bread. Give me bread. It's me. Don't do that.
Sorry. Oh. What's that? Better be careful.
Oh my god! What is that? They've done this before? They dropped a men's pigeon when I went out to pick it up and fuck it over the garden wall. I got slashed on the back. I got shot on. Oh Jesus! Another coordinated attack. I'll go.
I'll cover you.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. People think we're crazy. People think we're crazy. Yeah, we're crazy. Tim, it's to us. PAS. This is bigger than you. I don't mean to scare you, but I recognize the handwriting. It's the same as the last time. The Clontarf call.
June. Our lives are ruined. But do you know what, sweetheart? Do you know what, Tim? We're gonna get your life back. We're gonna get your life back. Do you see what we are dealing with? Can you even comprehend what we are dealing with? People think we're crazy! We're not the crazy ones! They're the crazy ones! They're the crazy ones!
Heather has written many times to her local representatives and even tries picketing outside the Dáil with other PAS members, but the Seagulls' protected status means that not much can be done by local councils. So she hands out flyers in her local community, pickets, raises awareness and tries to build up membership of the People Against Seagulls movement.
Well, we were expecting a much larger turnout than this. I mean, we set up a Facebook event that confirmed thousands of people. Maybe, were they? No. COVID, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, COVID is putting a stop to everyone. People are more afraid of the virus than they are of seagulls. And for the past 6 months of my life, I have been harassed, stalked, assaulted, mugged. I have been puked on. I have been shat on by what I believe to be the same group of seagulls. I cannot put my bins out. I cannot put clothes on my line.
We can't have a picnic.
No picnics. I want my life back. I can no longer perform my daily errands. The government are protecting these predators. Wildlife legislation is protecting these predators. Who is protecting me? Who is protecting my friend Tim? What do we want, Dublin? Seagulls out! When do we want it? Yesterday!
If you had one message for Micheál Martin, what would it be?
You bastard! No. My message would be, Micheál, please, look at us. We're standing here in need of help. You're the only person who can help us now to cull the gulls.
All the goals.
Results already. We are People Against Seagulls. We are a grassroots, not-for-profit org fighting the seagull occupation of our city. Dublin! Who's with me, Dublin? Come on, that's it! That's it, Dublin! He will probably never ever work again! What do we want, Dublin? Seagulls out!
More seagulls!
No! Less seagulls! Less seagulls, you predator! When do we want it?
Yesterday!
Yesterday, Dublin!
More seagulls!
That f***er's dead. That f***er's dead. I feel like we're conquering.
Really making tracks.
Out meeting the community, Heather becomes convinced that attempts are being made to silence her and Tim, and that they are indeed being watched.
How do they know we'd be here?
They run for the safety of the community and ask Seagulls, why?
I got a scotch, yeah.
Yeah, but they used to leave about 5 o'clock, now they're staying about 7 to wear watches.
Stop being an ogre.
Have you ever been dive bombed by a seagull?
No. I think with the pandemic and all, with the situation that was going on, it's very annoying. With the, do you know what I mean? They're getting worse. It's like they're multiplying quicker than anything else. Like.
Only worse than my t-shirt. Only had a partner on me, walked out the door and next to all.
Robbing chips off people, robbing sandwiches off people. Seagulls around here, some of them are carrying knives.
What do you think we could do about it?
Kill them.
Shoot them clean between the eyes.
Absolutely.
Fuckers.
Exterminate all the brutes, as the man says.
It's not long before another terrifying experience. A gull gang catch up with Heather, Tim and the crew and think it's funny to steal our equipment. To our amazement, it was later recovered in Clontarf. What do seagulls want? Why do they torment us? Part of our ecology or chip-loving pains in the hoop? The community, we feel, has spoken.